Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to day number 28 of my Confidence on Camera challenge. Only 2 days left now, and they're going to be reviewing the past 30 days. So early on, I mentioned that I'm doing a really cool project for a client, a manufacturer, and they have some issues with their senior management team. And I've been brought in by the senior leadership team, which is their board of directors. And I told you about the business model canvas, which I've adapted for internal purposes for projects. And today's video, I'm going to take you through that. A real whistle-stop tour. I will put a link in the description below where you can download this that I'm going to run you through. And also a really good YouTube video by Strategyzer, who made the business model canvas. A really good video by them, which explains it in a bit more detail. So my adapted version looks a bit like this. There's 4 parts to it. So first, housekeeping at the top. Here, we just have who the canvas is developed for. So this one in particular is for an NHS conference that I presented at, and then the date. But then at the bottom is where we have our mission statement template, which I mentioned earlier. So it's a really straightforward template. It's just a real high level North Star that we're going to work towards through this project. And that template is when ... we want to ... so we can ... Now, setting a mission statement and keeping it on one single page, always visible, it makes sure that you never deviate too far from that mission. So when we're setting out our value proposition and who we're talking to, the customers we're trying to attract, the partners and the activities, resources that we need, when we're looking at all these things, we can always see who our customer is and who our mission statement is, what our mission statement is. So it's really important to keep that there. And that's one addition that I have made to this canvas, because I think it's important that we keep sight of that, keep view of that. So that's the housekeeping section. I've broken up the business model canvas for my project-based work into 3 key sections. We've got desirability, so do people want it? We have feasibility, can it be done? And viability, do the numbers work? Or does it produce the return that we want to produce? Let's go for desirability first. It asks you for your value proposition. So what value are you wanting to deliver to your customer or to your user, to your employee, to the organization, whoever that is? And I use that me, we, and us model, which we've spoken about a number of times now, in a well-being sense. What does well-being mean to me? What does well-being mean to we as a team? And what does well-being mean to us as an organization? In my client sense, the SMT, what's the value proposition for the senior management team? What value do we add to our employees, the wider business? And what value do we add to the senior leadership team, the SLT, and the organization itself? So I use me, we, and us there, and I've incorporated that. So value proposition, customer segments. So who are we working for here? Channels, how do we talk to them? And then user relationship. So what kind of relationship do we want to build with these customers, as it were? Now, the SMT is a customer in itself. So it's not just external to this group, but how do we build our relationships with one another and work more collaboratively with one another? And what channels do we need to use in order to engage with one another and work effectively as a unit? So it's taking a real broad sort of viewpoint here, perspective here. So that's desirability. Next, we have feasibility. So can it be done? Feasibility's got 3 key sections. So key partners, key activities, and key resources. So key partners is who do we need to work with? Obviously, we're going to work with one another. So a key partner are SMT members, but is there anyone else in the business that we need to work with to deliver this value proposition? The SLT will be one of those, of course. The board, the heads of department within the business will be key partners. Employees will be key partners because we'll need to engage with them to deliver that value and lead on projects. And then external stakeholders like myself, who are there anybody? Is there anybody outside of the business that I need to engage with in order to deliver this value proposition? So that's key partners. It includes internal and external. Key activities of what jobs do we need to do? What jobs do we need to? What tasks do we need to deliver this value? And resources. What tools do we need? What resources do we need? This isn't money. We're not going to get there. We haven't got there yet. What if we are struggling with communication? There's an example, and we usually communicate via email, but we want to do it via WhatsApp instead. What tools do we need? We need a WhatsApp account. We need to create an announcement WhatsApp channel. And we need to use our comms, probably email or posters. What tools do we need to get people to that WhatsApp group? And we can map that out here so that we can deliver this value. So that there is feasibility. Does it? How do we do it? How does it work? How do we get to people? And then finally, we have viability. So what's the pounds and pence? Or what's the investment and what's the return? So we have investment structure. Yeah, that's one, investment structure. So this is pounds and pence. So if I need to procure a service or I need to bring an external stakeholder, such as myself, I need financial resource to do that. If I don't have the skills in order to deliver this value yet, and I need to do a training course, I'll need to go on that training course. I'll need the opportunity, both time and financial, to go on that training course. So what investment does the business or does the person, does the team need to make in order to deliver on this value proposition to our users, to us, our employees or the SLT or whoever that customer is? What investment do we need? And then finally, what's that ROI? This could be financial. If you're doing a business plan, we are going to turn over X, Y, and Z. That's our target. It could be financial, but in a project sense, it's less likely to be so because you're not selling a service in the financial sense. You're selling engagement. You want to get people to engage in your service. So in an internal perspective, an ROI on this could be that we're going to increase engagement in these wellbeing services. We're going to increase awareness in X and Y, Z leadership program because our value proposition is to drive leadership development within our organization. The ROI can be financial. It can be through a percentage, a metric, a percentage measurement instead, and it's entirely dictated by that project at hand. So that's a real whistle-stop tour of my project canvas, which again is a adaptation of the business model canvas made by Strategyzer. I do reference them down here. Look, developed by Strategyzer, adapted by Joy Junction. I can't remember what I said. It's backwards on my phone, but that's a bit of a whistle-stop tour of this tool. I would highly recommend go into the description below and getting hold of this because it's an awesome bit of kit. Really, really versatile. Get it downloaded. Watch a few YouTube videos. There's loads of them out there. Loads and loads and loads. Watch some YouTube videos and start incorporating into your work. It's all of my consultancy work is based on this framework. I always go in and work through this. And when it comes to presenting, I basically give them this and then some words around it. So explaining it and telling people obviously the logic behind jumping from the middle to the left, instead of starting here and working over. But I digress. So tomorrow is day number 29. We've got 2 days left. Day number 29, I'm going to start reflecting on the past 30 days and then planning out and telling you what I'm going to be doing for my next challenge, because I do have an idea, and I can't wait to share it with you. So this is the longest video I've done so far. Thank you for sticking with it. See you tomorrow for day 29. Enjoy your Friday. I'm going to glass of vino. You do too. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.